30,000. 30 freaking thousand. I cannot believe that this is the number that we are talking about today. I started this channel 3 years ago, nearing into 4 years now, which is such a crazy thought. And for me to sit here and say thank you for a number like this is unbelievable. And there was just no way that I had to address this. I had to talk about it. I just wanted to get on camera and sit down and say thank you, because realistically, without you guys, this channel wouldn't still exist in its prime. And I mean, to be fair, in 4 years, there are some creators out there who've hit like freaking 1 million. There are some creators out there, even in niches similar to mine, who have hit 100,000 and all of that stuff. But, you know, the way I always look at this channel compared to that, I can't compare. Because the way I look at that compared to other channels is this channel is a very, I guess the phrase I'm looking for is personal sort of channel. I'm not out here trying to make deep dives every single day and trying to make like the next best Mr. Beast video every day. The goal has always been with this channel what the name of this channel is. Takes. That's it. Yes, I know it's Jerry's Takes. I'm Jerry, obviously. But this channel has always been just my takes on things. I never wanted to set the scale with its editing or all of that, like in the form of doing something that's going to like reinvent the wheel. Obviously, when you create a YouTube channel, in the back of your head, you know, you want to gain the subscribers out of it when you do it. Obviously, like there's no world where that isn't a factor in what you do. But it was never like the sole thing that fueled this channel. I have been posting on YouTube in some capacity, and I've probably told this story in other thank you videos, but I've been posting on YouTube in some capacity literally since the platform started. I will never forget. My friend called me one day, my best friend called me one day and was like, hey, you want to make our first YouTube video? This was in like fucking 2008. I'm not even kidding. And we were both like, I don't want to show our faces. Like, I don't want people to know where we live or whatever. And like all of that stuff. So we made a slideshow of exotic cars and played to the song Poppin' Bottles. Not poppin' bottles in the ice, but the I don't know, the guy, the others, there's the straight shots and then pop bottles. That song, I don't know the words to it, but we did it to that song, and that was my first video. And I was so hooked afterwards. So I actually downloaded this is going to sound messed up now, but a bootleg version or like a pirated version of Final Cut back when you could get the serial numbers or whatever generated. I got one there, and I started messing around with like keyframing and things like that, or whatever you call it. I would do these like freeze frame animation things where I would like freeze, and then like myself would jump into myself and stuff like that. And then I used to post that stuff. Then, and I never told anyone this before, but believe it or not, when I was 13, I published a book that is available to this day on the Apple bookstore, which is ridiculous. It's called A Phantasmic Secret. It's all about Disney World, because at the time I was obsessed with it. I bring that up to say, when I was doing that, when I was publishing the book, I wanted to promote the book somehow, and the only way I knew was to do it on YouTube, because other creators in that space that I liked, like Leonard Kinsey, at the time Adam the Woo, R.I.P., and a few others were posting about Disney stuff. So I was like, oh, I could probably do that too. So I started posting, and the channel actually did well. At the time, the channel was called Debunker Tech. It had, at the time, like 3,000 subscribers, which was, for that time, like huge to me. I was like, damn, like that's crazy. But because I published a book about Disney World when I was 13, going into high school, and because I did a YouTube channel around that time, someone eventually caught wind of it, and they started like mocking me for it, and I was very embarrassed. So I deleted everything. It's so crazy how the tables have turned. We'll come back to that in a second, but I deleted everything for that channel at that time because I was genuinely very embarrassed by it. So Debunker Tech no longer exists. A Phantasmic Secret is still out on the App Store, or I mean on the bookstore. I don't encourage you to read it. It's written like a middle schooler because I didn't have it edited, but it's there. I just bring that up to say I started in 2008, then I moved on. I'm now 29 years old, so if you could date that back. I started in 2008. And did things in some capacity. I had a channel after that existed for a long time that still exists. It's now called Jerry's Tech, but before it was called Rock Hard Team, and then it's a bad name, and then it was called Opinion Nation and all sorts of stuff, and it never really worked or anything like that. It still exists, and if you guys have been following me for a long time, you know I like to try new channel stuff. I had Jerry's Reacts at one point. I still have Jerry's Takes Plus. I still have the tech channel, and I have a few others because I am a firm believer, and I think this channel is the testament to tell. I'm saying all of this for a reason, by the way. This channel is the testament to say that never fucking give up on YouTube, ever. And 30,000, again, is not exactly like end game or anything like that. This is just a barometer for where I think things are going. But I bring all of this up to say, and all the different channels to say, like I just said, never give up, continue to pursue your niches. And just because it doesn't work on one channel with like one thing, you know what I mean? Doesn't mean it can't work with something else. I will never stop making channels. If one day I decide to make videos about Pokemon emulation, I'm just bringing up I've been playing Fire Red on my Game Boy or on my phone recently, and I'm like, oh, emulators are cool. Not that I would do it, but I'm just saying, if I wanted to make a channel about that, I would make a separate channel about that. If I wanted to make a channel about camera gear, like this Sony FX2, I can make a channel about that. As a matter of fact, I just did on Instagram. It's called Jerry's Crop Photo, JB Crop Photo. I don't like the name. I'm going to change it. But because I do a lot of stuff with this stuff, and I'd like to talk about it. So, you know what the point I'm making is, if you have an interest, try to pursue it on YouTube. If you're inclined to talking about things in front of a camera and you're comfortable, or you think you could be, just try it. Just create a channel and try it. If it doesn't work, create another channel and try something else. There's no harm, no foul, because we're all gonna die. I'm 29. I got, if I'm lucky, 61 more years on the planet. If I'm lucky, if I make it to 90. If not, you know, I literally, realistically, the point I'm making is I could die tomorrow. I could die today after it's 7 a.m. I never made a video this early, but I could die today leaving here. God forbid, obviously, you don't want that to happen. But the overall point is, why not try something that is different? Especially like for me, or maybe for you guys. I work a 9 to 5. Right now I work in my own sort of company, which is great because it's a little more flexible. But I work a 9 to 5, honestly, and not in that bad of a way, but I do good enough where I don't like need to do this. It's not like an income generator for me, but in the back of my head, I mean, I do make money on this channel, but not in the way that I would make, you know, on a, you know, actual like real job. The point I'm trying to make though is, I don't need this channel to like survive financially. This is purely a hobby play for me because this has been my passion. I acted when I was a kid. You know, I've always been obsessed with YouTube and stuff like that. So the natural thing was, let's just try it, see where it goes. And that's my biggest advice to you. Don't go in taking it super seriously. Have fun. I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned over these 30,000 subscriber journey. There are days that are stressful, but in the end of the day, it's all about fun. Are you having fun? When I click record and then click end, did I have fun talking? Because in the end of the day, all that matters when you're making this sort of stuff is the stuff you want to put out. Because if you're passionate about something and you feel a certain way about something, then there's probably an audience for it. And that's how this channel came to be. That's how other channels that didn't succeed came to be, and all of that stuff. Again, my overall point is there is no harm in trying. I do want to make a video, by the way. I get this question a lot, and I want to address it now. Not like a big thing or anything like that. But people always ask me what kind of gear I use. And that's a thing I'm very, very passionate in. Like I said, I just started an Instagram all about it, JB Crop Photo. Hate the name, but that's going to change. But I got a lot of shit. I got things like this Sony FX2, which I interchange with what I'm using right now, which is a Sony FX30. And then I have the Sennheiser MKH416 and all the stuff, and the lights and all of this stuff. One of these days, I would love to make a video, and I want to gauge the interest on whether you think this is a second channel video or something I should just do dedicated on here, talking about the gear I use to share that with you, because anyone could get this shit. And it's been very helpful to me. I'm a firm believer in investing in gear and things like that that will actually help your output and not feel like you're bogged down. I'm a huge believer in that. That's why I love these Sony FX cameras and why I have two. I also travel a lot, so there's a reason for me to have two cameras, because this one sits stationary all the time and shit like that. I'm going off on a tangent because this is another passion of mine. Warrants another channel, whatever. Anyway, I would love to hear from you guys if that's something you'd like to see, because I think that's valuable for people who are looking to start out on YouTube and stuff like that. All of this to say, this has been a 7 a.m. brain dump. I've never brain dumped at 7 a.m. before, but that's what this is. That's what we're doing today. And I just really, I really can't thank you enough. The fact that this is real, and the craziest thing is the day I hit 30,000, I just talked about this on Instagram. The day I hit 30,000, I was out with some friends pretty late. We were all drinking and stuff like that. And I'm walking into my Uber, and someone is sitting outside of the place I'm at and is like, "Jerry?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Who are you?" He's like, "I watch you on YouTube all the time. Me and my brother watch you all the time." I was like, "Huh?" I was like freaking out. That's never happened before, and I don't know when or if that'll happen again, but the fact that it did is crazy. It's so weird to think that that can happen from like doing shit like this. I say all that to say, if you ever see me, stop and have a chat. I'd love to talk. I don't like to think I turn on a personality or some shit when I get in front of a camera. I'd like to think that I'm exactly who I am on and off camera. And that's the whole point of this channel. I just wanted to talk the way I would literally talk to a friend. And I'm going to continue to do that. I said it the other day. As long as I'm vertical, I'm still going to be making content. That's not stopping. I will still be making content as long as I am vertical and up moving. So obviously you could expect from season 5, the rest of The Walking Dead at this stage we're going to get. Silo I just started covering. Widow's Bay episodically I will start to do. Oh God, what else? We got so much else, and why am I forgetting a lot of them? Severance, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on and on. You guys know the drill. You know what I talk about on this channel. Dexter Resurrection, that's the big... I knew I was forgetting one big one. Dexter Resurrection is right around the corner. You bet your sweet bippy we're going to be talking about that. That is a big one. But yeah, as long as I'm vertical, I'm still going to be posting. But all that to say, I wouldn't be posting if it wasn't for you guys giving me the motivation to continue with this channel, because I could have stopped a long time ago and moved on to another. But this one stuck, and I'm glad it did, because this feels the most personal to me. This is like my heart and soul, man. I don't know how else to describe it, but I love you. I love doing this stuff, and yeah, thank you very much. And I can't wait to see you for the next thank you, because I'm not stopping. I'm not going anywhere. So with all that out of the way, thank you again so much for watching this video, and until the next one, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.